We know the train carrying crude oil that jumped the tracks in central Virginia last week was actually on its way to Yorktown.
Those same tracks go directly through many neighborhoods in the historic Triangle, and that has one James City County supervisor asking questions.
Senator Side's Erin Kelly talked to him as well as the fire chief about their new plan to keep those communities safe. Erin?
And it's not a plan that you really want to have to think about. A train traveling through neighborhoods near Colonial Williamsburg, near Busch Gardens, possibly derailing, possibly catching fire. It's not something you want to think about, but it's something they are thinking about in light of what happened last week. This fiery train derailment in Lynchburg cleared out the downtown area. It was headed for Yorktown, but didn't make it there last week. No one was hurt, and it's not yet clear what caused it.
When I heard about the derailment, the immediate thought that came through my mind is that those tracks through which the trains are going to be traveling go right through the heart of my district.
Supervisor John McGlennon wants to know more about the trains that carry oil through James City County. He's already heard from residents worried about them.
We want to know what's being done to make sure that these rail cars are as safe as possible. And we want to make sure that the tracks on which the trains are traveling are both safe currently and that any attention is devoted to trying to make sure that if an accident did occur, you could minimize the damage.
Fire Chief Tal Luton plans to give a presentation to county leaders about these types of trains and how his department would handle a disaster here.
We have started talking about some more in-depth training and education for our folks regarding the refinery at Yorktown.
He says they'd likely have to evacuate a half-mile from any spill or fire, and that's if it only involved one rail car.
The fire department response would be typically 3 pumpers, a ladder truck, a battalion chief. We would contact the Virginia Department of Emergency Management, request the hazardous materials team respond.
Barbara McDuffie says the Lynchburg incident has made her more nervous about what passes behind her house.
Oh, I know it's scary. What are you going to do? You know, they need to put a barrier or something here, so everybody along this well has got some kind of protection.
And we have reached out to CSX. We have received a response from them, but it's not their full response. They're still working on that. They have said that they are cooperating in what's going on with the investigation in Lynchburg. But I did get some information from the American Association of Railroads just about these kinds of transports. From 2002 to 2012, 148 times crude oil released on railroads. But in most of those cases, it was less than 5 gallons of crude oil. But crude oil shipments by train have surged over the past 6 years from 9,000 to 400,000 rail cars carrying oil across the country just in those past 6 years. But obviously there are a lot of people with concerns about these types of shipments. We're going to stay on top of this. Live in Williamsburg, Erin Kelly, 10 on your side.